gonna speed through junior year just because it was rough, but we did not win a game. I never experienced that. Like, I never thought I would ever experience that in my life. Not winning a football game.
So many winnable games. Like, we literally lost games on purpose. That's what it looked like.
Yeah,
that's what it felt like as a player. Like, it felt like we lost.
Besides Gonzaga, I feel like every other game besides that was like them teams just really them and Landon, because I messed up in that Landon game. Like them two, after those two games, it was like, bro, we really just got destroyed. It was crazy, bro.
Well, the Virginia schools.
Oh man, O'Connell and Paul VI. You right. You right.
It could have been girl, but I'm not gonna get into that either, man.
It was a tough year. It was a tough year, but I will say I think the highest, I think the most exciting part for me was seeing you score against DeMatha. And let me just, like, for those who don't know, man, DeMatha High School, especially at that time, like one of the top teams in the nation. Quanjo brothers was on that team. We went on to play at Alabama. They was not to be, messed with. And DeMatha, last game of the season, really, for most of us, man, we just trying to get through this game. But they,
honestly,
bro, I'm watching on the sideline, man. We just threw a screen, threw a little halfback screen to Kevaughn, man. And bro, I mean, you was off. You was off to the races. Like, I don't know, like, what was going through your mind, though?
Man, just don't get caught. It's funny. I still remember that play like vividly. Like, I remember I caught the screen. One of the D linemen, like, he realized like a little late, like, oh, it's a screen. So I remember him saying like, oh shit, like he tried to dive for me. He said, oh shit, like I remember him hearing him say that. I'm running, and before you know it, like I'm diving for the pylon. Like, it was a blur though. I just remember being so hyped, and my man Sam Levy played on the other side. So remember I scored doing some chest bumps. I see Sam walking to the end zone. I'm like, yeah, talking to Sam. I was so hyped going to the sideline, bro. That was a good moment.
Man, that's awesome, dog. Yeah, that was probably the dope part of that game. So yeah, it was. I mean, what did you learn most from junior year?
Shoot, that can't happen again. What I learned most though, man, I think that was like, all that talking shit did, like, because it was so crazy how much we was riding on that that 09 team success. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was like all that off season talking did, all them interviews, all that shit. It's cool, but it don't mean shit. Like, we gotta put in work. Like, we really gotta get right. You know what I'm saying? So that was the biggest thing I learned. Like, fuck everybody else. We gotta do us. Oh yeah, because 20, like, sophomore year and junior year are completely different. Even in school, when you winning, everybody love you, but when you losing, they was quick to say anything foul about you.
Real quick, man. Real quick.
So that's the biggest thing I learned. Like, yeah, just fuck everybody else. You just gotta work on us, get better.
That's a fact. That's a fact, man. So, going into senior year, how was recruiting for you?
Slow.
And look, I'm sure 0-11 don't help nobody.
Yeah, at all. It don't help at all. I get called to I put out a class sometimes, and I met a couple coaches from all divisions, D1, D2, D3, here and there, but it was honestly slow compared to the average. And I wouldn't say average, but I guess like a top recruit or whatever. I wasn't going on too many visits. That summer I voluntarily went to some camps, but it wasn't nothing like, hey, you're being invited type deal. We want you to come see our school. Nothing. It was just like, all right, well, shoot, let me go to this camp, hope some coaches see me type deal.
Yeah. I feel you, bro. That year I was exhausted. I tried to go to Maryland, with Townsend. I went to Columbia camp, bro. It was just exhausting, bro. And it was like, for what? It's like,
right.
if these dudes not talking to you, it's almost like, unless you've been working on your 40 time and you can get that down to 4.3, 4.4, it's like, hey man, you might as well just get ready for the season. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly,
for real. So
yeah,
man, senior year, what was your mentality going into that? Going into senior year?
Mentality was win. Like I really thought we could have did some damage. Outside of like the council, like it was
okay. Oh yeah.
Come
For
on.
those who don't know, man, the good council that year. Well, Stephon Diggs was in our class. Yeah. Stephon Diggs and Kendall Fuller was in our class, and they played on the same team.
Kendall Fuller, I forgot. Hey man, that team was not fair, man.
Kendall Fuller,
oh my God.
Kendall Fuller currently plays for the Redskins or the Chiefs, one of the two, and of course Stephon Diggs with the Buffalo Bills. So as you see, you know, it was tough.
It was tough.
That team was tough.
They had a number of D1 talent dudes. A number of dudes went to the league, but my mentality though was really just win. Cause I mean, I knew nobody was expecting anything from us at all. So I was like, I mean, and I knew DeMatha got weaker too. A lot of people left DeMatha when coach left, I forgot his name.
Yeah.
I was like, we could really knock out a lot of these dudes, make some noise. And personally, I was just like, get some looks, get some, you know, every game at running back, try to get 100. Every game at linebacker, try to get at least 10 tackles. So I could be like 1,000 on a year rushing, 100 tackles, linebacker. Like those were my goals. I remember.
So you really set goals before the season. Like for each season, you had statistics. I should.
Yep, I wrote them down. I learned that from Chris. Like, yeah, if you want goals, if you want cheats, just write it down. So like, all right. Senior year, I definitely want to be 1,000-yard running back, be 100 tackle linebacker. So those were the goals.
That's fine, man. Do you feel like you got the ball enough that year? And look, because I look back on it. I look back on them games, bro. Especially getting to the red zone, man. I'm like, bro, we really should have just handed Biscuit the ball. But I'm gonna let you talk.
I mean, I feel like
I went on offense, so I'm gonna let you talk.
I feel like well, here's the thing. At the time, of course, no. I feel like I could have got the ball more. But looking back on it, I was tired of shit. So maybe at the time I'm like, yeah, just give me the ball, but I'm probably looking crazy. Like playing defense, playing offense. I used to run down on kickoff. I think I was on kick return. I got to remember senior year I got very little breaks. So and that my conditioning was not good. My conditioning didn't get good till I probably got to college, honestly.
That's crazy.
I wasn't really If I was in better shape, yeah. But at the time my conditioning was not good. So I see why I didn't get the ball because I probably looked crazy out there.
Man, it just seemed like every time you touched it, bro, it was freaking magic, yo. I swear.
Yeah.
What's a game?
I wish I did get the ball more, though.
What's up?
I'm saying I wish I did get the ball more, definitely.
What's the game you remember the most from that year?
Ooh. The game I remember the most from senior year. Probably that PVI game.
Hey, bro, I was about to say the same thing, yo.
It got to be a PVI game, man. That was we were down. Like in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Like we were down 2 or 3 touchdowns or something.
Yeah.
And I remember we went down, I think I scored like on a toss play, scored like a 20-yard touchdown. Kicked the ball off. I go down kickoff, hit the dude. He fumbled, and you picked the joint up and scored. All of a sudden, it's like tied up. The place is going crazy. Like I think that's probably one of the craziest games I played in, as far as like hearing the crowd react to a play. Yep. I just remember like the place really like getting loud.
And then after that,
on out, it went crazy.
After that, like I got the pick.
You did get a pick too.
And then you scored on the toes, bro.
Oh, that's how. Okay, yeah. I think it was crazy because we were down like 2 scores and we ended up blowing them
Yeah.
out. Like we scored like 6 touchdowns or something. Like, it was crazy.
I'll never forget the kickoff. I'll never forget the kickoff you was talking about, dog, because when we lined up, I saw red in your eyes, bro.
Oh, I forgot about that part, bro. I forgot about the part where I kind of lost my cool.
Yeah,
on defense.
Because we was looking bad. Like defensively, we was looking a little bad before that. But I remember, bro, your eyes was just red. I was like, boy, I'm glad he on my team. And then, boy, you took this dude off the ground. That ball flew out. I was like, oh, bet. Thank you. I'm gonna go ahead.
It was perfect, bro. Like I got like a 40-yard head start untouched. Nobody touched me.
Oh, bro, that was back when you could line up as many yards as you wanted behind the kicker.
Line up like 2 yards back behind the kicker.
There was no limit.
Yeah.
Man.
You can line up like 10 yards from the ball and meet the kicker. And then so I did that. And then I went all the way down there untouched. Like nobody blocked me. Or if they did, it didn't stop me. I don't remember. But like I really came to do full speed, and he like ended up slipping too, so that made it even worse for him. And then the ball came flying out. But I do remember that game, bro. I remember why I got mad. I forgot it was a 3rd down, bro. They had I don't know if you remember, they had a 44 on their team, a big fullback dude.
Yep.
So they threw him like a little out route to him or something. On 3rd down, I smacked him. I didn't even know I hit him that hard. I guess he had a concussion or something. He was laid out. But I got up and I started doing like this, like, yeah, we off the field, 4th down. And I think Micah, I came in and did a chest bump with Micah. Apparently the dude was still laying there. I had no clue. So the ref was like, oh yeah, they're celebrating over an injured player. They threw a flag, 1st down. Bro, I remember I was uncontrollably mad. That
was it,
bro.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that was it.
Oh yeah. I definitely remember that, and I'm pretty sure they scored that drive, but it was like, yeah, I think the switch got flipped right there, man. Boy, that was a heck of a game, man. I mean, I think that year, bro, we just had to overcome a lot. It was like we was still recovering, bro, from the daggone year before.
Yeah,
it was a tough season, man. 3-6, but you definitely got your respect. Like as we talked about before, man, you was all freaking state, all WCC that year, man. Did you play in the All-Star game that year?
Nah, I didn't play in anything.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, once the year was over, it was over.
So,
yeah, I didn't play in anything.
Yeah, man. I need because I remember the All-Star game came around. I was like, yo, how do people even like play these? I don't even know, man. But so after senior year, all right, what is the recruiting season like for you after having all the accolades and everything?
It's pretty much, it's not the same. It was still more of a gotta go out and find a school type deal.
Yeah.
They had the I don't know if you remember this, they had the little pigskin jamboree at the what church is that? Ebenezer?
Oh yeah, I was with you. I remember that.
Yeah. So they had that, and you meet all these different schools. And I remember seeing Bowie State there, but I was like, I ain't going to Bowie State. But when I remember, it's crazy. My old coach, my brother's old coach, Coach Frazier, he left Prairie View A&M with the North Carolina Central. So I'm talking to the North Carolina Central coaching staff. Some of them came from Prairie View. They knew my brother. And they were like, oh, yeah. Let me get your film. Write this down. Write your name. We're going to be in contact with you. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm going to North Carolina Central. I'm going to be D1. That was the biggest thing at the time. Yeah, I'm going to be a D1 athlete. I'm going to be D1 athlete, all that. So I was banking on them like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go there. Besides that, the only actual offers I got was Bowie State, Millersville, which is that West Virginia? Pennsylvania, Millersville, and American International.
Ooh.
I had never heard of them. I had to look them up, and I'm like, who are these people? So once I saw they were like far, I mean, American International, Bevel told me they offered me. This is like late. Like this is when I'm trying to like decide like come March, like signing day passed.
Yep.
Remember we did the second signing day, so I'm already narrowing it down. When they came in late, I'm like, it's too late in the game. I ain't have a chance to visit up there or nothing because it was all the way in New Hampshire.
Nah, they was a mess. I'm glad. Hey, let me just say, I'm glad you didn't go to AIC, brother. I would have had to play you 4 years. I ain't want no part of that. Them boys was
I just knew
nasty.
they was far. I just knew they were far, man. And I was like, it's too late in the game. I gotta at least see them. So, and then Millersville, I just knew I didn't want to go there because I heard something bad about them. I can't remember. So it came down to it. It was like, dang, I guess I'm gonna actually have to end up going to Bowie State, man.
Why? I mean, you sounded. I mean, I'm guessing at that time you was reluctant about it, but like, why the reluctancy? If that's a word.
Yeah, I think it is. But I mean, honestly, I was caught up a lot on that D1 thing. Still, again, like trying to be like my brother, but yeah, I'm going to D1. Hopefully, the biggest thing was really not trying to pay anything going to college because I knew like, well, I assumed D1 full ride.
Yeah.
So that's why I was part of that was 2, and then Bowie State. I was like, I didn't mind Bowie State, but part of me was like, I'm better than Bowie State. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I didn't want to go there, and it was like, I'm bigger than that. I'm better than that. I could go somewhere else, but I can't go nowhere where they don't want me. So I was like, all right, well, shoot, Bowie State. I honestly gave Bowie State the same mentality I gave JV my sophomore year. Like, all right, I'm gonna tear Bowie State up there. Like, that's all I can do.
Well, did you take official visit to Bowie State?
I did. I went with Britt. Britt and I went together. Britt Savoy. And it was a couple dudes from Suitland who ended up going there who I knew. So yeah, we all went together. And I liked it though. I actually did like it. But it was still that me just thinking I ain't about to go to Bowie State. I'm bigger than that type deal. So
any stories from your recruitment visit?
Nah. Well, no, because my recruitment visit, it wasn't like one of those overnight things. So
okay.
It was a daytime thing where, it was a more formal and, they had the players come up and dress nice and talk to us. And then they had the financial aid people or the compliance office from the athletic department come talk to us. It wasn't one of those, okay, come up here and you spend the night and the players show you around type visit. I wish I had one of those.
Yeah, man. What a time. What a time, man. All right, man. So, man, Bowie State. Did you redshirt?
I did.
What's that like? What is that experience like, man?
I hated it. Because I came in knowing I'd be redshirted, or had an idea I would, but that very first game of the season, we get hyped, run out the thing, get hyped, and then like it sit in like as soon as the ball got kicked off, like dang, I'll be standing here the whole game.
They made you suit up?
Yeah. I suited up. Went through the drills, did everything. I'm just like, nah, I can't do this.
That's tough.
Like I'm used to playing. Like from my whole 6 years old to now, I'm used to playing. So what happened was, I think the rest of the home games, they were like, well, if you don't suit up, you can't stand on the field. I'm like, I'm just gonna be not on the field then. I can't do it.
Whoa, you didn't like go to the games? Like you was in the stands?
No, I mean they let you at the games, but once the game started, they was like, all right, you gotta be outside of the off the field, like yeah. So you have to be like the gate, so you had to be along the gate or on the stands, whatever.
Wow,
couldn't be on the field, so I was like, I want to be on the field, but this is killing me. Like it sounds selfish because I was like, I can't suit up though. Like it was no option of okay, you just be in your travel suit or gear. Like no, you have to suit up.
Wow,
I'm about to suit up. So,
bro, that's crazy. He's like, hey, bro, if I ain't playing, bro. I mean, look, bro, ain't nobody finna just put some pads on for 4 quarters and just stand there, bro. He's sweating for no reason. Like, that's crazy.
Exactly. I think at the time it was more of a numbers thing, trying to make like, oh, we got a lot of players on the, I don't know. That's what it had to be because the rules changed since then. But
So
I was there like, well, I can't stand out here just looking like.
What did you do when the team went on the road?
Went home. Hey man, when I tell you my first semester of Bowie was not it, bro. Like I realized, part of me was like, okay, I know I play football. I don't want to just be like one of the few people still on campus. So another part of it is I hated the calf. Like I couldn't adjust to the food. I'm like, man, I'd rather have my mother's cooking than this.
Bro, hold on.
So
Bowie State food wasn't popping like that, bro.
Not when I first got there.
All right, so first off, for those who don't know, Bowie State is an HBCU. Like, did they have the soul food? Was it soul food Wednesday?
Oh yeah. Oh, so that's what I should tell you. So the weekends are just a brunch. So you had brunch and then dinner. Dinner will be hit or miss.
Got you.
In the cafeteria. So it's separated. So it was Soul Food Wednesdays and the Quiznos. We had Chick-fil-A. We had all that, but all that was closed on the weekends.
Dang.
So you had to go to the caf on the weekends regardless. So I didn't want to risk whether I was going to eat dinner or not. So I was like, man, let me just go home, get some home cooking, man.
Nah, man. Hey, I tell you what, that's the best part about being close to home. You know what I'm saying? Because, boy, I was like, bro, I can't go home and get no food, bro. I don't trust nobody, mama up here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All right, so okay, you telling me your first college game was against us?
No, we played Assumption actually.
Oh,
Assumption came down.
That's right.
That was 2012. Assumption came down. Oh, my first college start. Yeah, was against y'all.
My bad.
The red shirt years.
I'm tripping, bro. All right. No, we'll get into that later. All right, so yeah, your first college start was at St. Anselm College. Oh man, that was actually that game was interesting. A little back and forth. It was tough. I actually didn't start that game. Surprisingly, I started my freshman year, and then sophomore year they moved me to safety, and I was just like, safety was different. It was different. Yes. But anyway, what do you remember most about your first start? Like, how was that for you?
Nervous. I was nervous. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I was nervous. I remember just it was fun though. What I remember the most, I think was it hot up there? I don't think it was that hot.
Nah, bro, that weather be perfect.
Yeah, it was perfect. What I remember the most, I don't remember. That's actually one game. It's crazy. I remember so many games vividly. That's one game where I really don't remember too much.
It flew.
I didn't play well. That's what I remember the most. I didn't play well.
It flew by, yo.
I thought I was playing well, but I wasn't. Huh?
That day flew by.
It did, but I didn't play well that game. I know that for sure.
So
it was just
your first year starting, man, what was that like? Just going week to week, trying to maintain. Like, how was that season for you?
Man, the first half of it wasn't good because after that game, I got benched because there was a lot of team drama going on too. Because the original starter, he got into some personal trouble, so that's why I was. So then I got benched, and then probably went a few weeks without playing, and then our outside linebackers just couldn't get it right. Like I think we were on outside linebacker number 4 at Will linebacker, and then coach was like, "You know how to play Will?" Text me, I'm like, "Yeah." Not knowing anything, like I only knew middle linebacker. Like I was so tunnel vision with the middle linebacker. So as soon as he said that, I'm like, "Yeah," opening the playbook, looking at the book. So it was like probably week 6 or so. I finally got back on the field starting, and I was at Will, man, and I had a great game, like 13 tackles, I think a couple tackles for a loss, and I was starting ever since then. Like,
yeah. All right, I don't want you to take no offense to what I'm gonna say, but I'm just curious. Mm-hmm. At your height, like, what was the difficulties, or do you feel like there was advantages and difficulties playing linebacker?
Not really. Well, I think advantage is just my center of gravity. Um, just being low center of gravity. A lot of times at the D2 level, a lot of the O linemen are very unathletic. So they are. So just to be quicker than them, just to be short, like honestly, just like, and I'm already playing low, so a lot of times they're standing straight up, and it's hard for them just to get their hands on me because I realize I just do like this, dip my shoulder, I'm right by him. So I think that was an advantage. A disadvantage, probably if I ever lined up against a tight end or something, but that didn't happen too often.
Got you.
The disadvantage is if I caught myself just like engaged with a lineman, then it's over because it's like I'm not. How am I gonna get off? So,
And y'all was a
like
four. Y'all was a 4-3.
Yeah, we're 4-3.
Good old 4-3, man. Can't go wrong with that. It's just easy as a linebacker. I could read that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Perfect.
So junior year, was y'all our first game of the season too?
Yeah, we were.
Let me just say, this was so. We came down, and I was a nervous wreck before that game, bro. I was nervous. I was like, "Yo, this is my last game in Maryland ever." You know what I'm saying? I couldn't eat, but this was hottest day. That's the hottest game I ever played in my life. I don't know. I know it's CIAA. Y'all be going to Virginia. How far south did y'all go?
I think the furthest we went was Charlotte, the edge of North Carolina.
Okay, like
Charlotte.
What would you say was just the hottest game you ever played in?
That game.
Yeah,
we played y'all.
Dog.
Hands down.
It was
hands down.
It was something I never felt before in my life.
It's crazy.
I guess.
Ridiculous.
What was it like? Especially, our offense was no huddle. We moved quick. So, like, what was that like going up against us? From your perspective.
Personally, it was killing me because I think I had the worst training camp ever. Just summer workouts, I pulled my hamstring. Like the very first summer workout, pulled my hamstring, didn't stretch well at all. So I'm literally out the whole summer. So by the time we get to camp, I'm not in shape at all. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna work myself into shape during camp. First day of equipment in camp, I sprained my AC joint, like a grade 2 sprain. So I'm out for a minute in the cast.
Dang.
So by the time I get back, it's like a week and a half into the first game. So I'm completely 100% out of shape. And then we go into this game where it's already like, it had to be over 100 degrees on the field with the turf. Had to be. And then we get these new black uniforms, and we're so pressed to wear them. It wasn't even our decision as players to wear it. That's the whole thing. But they're so pressed to break out these new black uniforms, not totally neglecting that it's the hottest day in September. It had to be. So I'm already out of shape, and we put on these all black uniforms playing a 1 p.m. game against this no huddle offense. I'm literally like, first quarter, I'm dead.
That's crazy, bro. I didn't know you went through all that during training camp and stuff, fam.
Oh yeah, man. Like, I think it was bad. I think I got up to like 230 that year, bro.
What?
Yeah, that's the heaviest I've ever been. Because I literally wasn't moving. I couldn't move. I couldn't do too much car. All I could do was get on a bike, and that couldn't do too much. So it was bad.
Man, so during that season, you was pretty much just working back in shape.
Yep. All the way to the last game of the season. We're just trying to get back to regular form. It was crazy, man.
Did you have to do anything like extra during the season? Like, was you like what did you do in season? I know some players like to win or lose. Some of my teammates would go lift on an off day, go work out and stuff. Like, what was your routine during the season?
Well, that year, I don't know if you remember, I rolled my ankle that game. I had a high ankle sprain that game.
I do.
So 2014 was just plague, bro. Like, first game I had a high ankle sprain. I don't think I was cleared to play again until week 5, week 6. I missed half the season off of that. So, yeah, it wasn't much anything. That year was literally just training room.
That's tough, man.
I never got Like my whole year, like playing football, I was rarely hurt. So that it was killing me. I was like, why am I always hurt now? Like, it was killing me.
And that's
It was
tough
killing me.
because that was the one year you played with your brother, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris came to play with me, so I think we played like week 5 is when I finally got back out there and we were both starting and that was a fun game. Like we was flying around. That's when we got our first win too. We started off 0-4, finished 6-4. It's crazy. But yeah, we flying around and then every game after that it was just like us two in the middle, two brothers with locks hanging out their helmets, flying around.
Hey man, that's tough.
Yeah, man, that was a great experience. I wish it could have lasted longer. Wish we could have had a full season, but it was a great
I
experience.
tell you what, because I remember because your brother, like I think eligibility wise, couldn't play that first game, the game y'all played us.
No, he could play. Um, he actually had a concussion during camp.
Oh man, because I
He wasn't in the camp, so he was out. I was in, and then I get hurt that first game. He come back week 2, and I don't come back to like week 5. So it was like, dang, when we gonna get on the field together? It's always one person hurt, one person playing. So
I'm glad you
it
got
was
to experience that, bro. I just remember like after the game, we were in the line shaking hands, and when I saw him in just his jersey, I was like, oh, that's why we was moving the ball.
Hey man, it probably would have definitely been a different story if he was out
Oh
there.
my
Man.
goodness! If both of y'all on the field together,
Oh yeah, it's crazy. Once we played, every game we played together, we won. So it's like, if we would have played the whole season together, would this have been the case? Like, who knows?
that's crazy,
But
man. That's crazy. So, I know that season was tough, but your I guess junior year athletically, but your senior year, um, y'all took it all the way to the conference championship, right?
we changed the culture. That's the year like Bowie State really got put on the map.
Okay.
Definitely.
Everybody uses the culture and changing the culture. No, you was part of a team that someone did that. Like, what is that like to like be the foundation, or be part of a group that changes the culture of a team?
It's not easy because when I say Bowie State, like the whole mentality of the program was terrible when I first got there. I remember my first year playing. I think we played Winston-Salem State. They were nationally ranked, and as HBCU, nationally ranked, and we lost to them at home. We were like 3-2, so it was like, okay, we could win out and still make the championship game. Probably see them again. There was some people on the team like, okay, we're halfway through the season. This thing is almost over. Like, hold up, what? Like, y'all waiting for this thing to be over? Like, what's going on? So things like that. People not really caring about the sport. It was terrible. So it wasn't easy. Like, you have friends, but it's like, nah, you can't keep doing that. It got to the point where morning workouts, fights happen because if you were like a few minutes late, it was like, okay, we're not letting you in. Somebody's like, come on, bro, I woke up this early, I let me in. It was like, nah. And then fights would happen. Like,
that's crazy.
Get out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it got real. Like, we had to like really like, if we really gonna do this, we gotta be disciplined, be solid. So it's not easy, especially when you have people who've been there for years. You just used to it and want that to keep going. A lot of people left. It was crazy. A lot of turnaround happened that year. A lot of players left that year that still had eligibility, and it was for the better, honestly. So it felt good though, because you could feel the transformation happen. You could tell it was moving in the right direction, but it was a lot of resistance. So
wow,
it wasn't easy.
One thing I never got to do was play in the conference championship. Breaks my heart every time. But what is it like? What is it like to get to the top, like and get to that game?
It's great. It's hard. It's definitely hard, but it's rewarding though. Like, I think the best part about it was that season. It was a lot of like little weird things we say like we can never do this, or we could like it was a lot of self-doubt, and we just kept breaking down every like little myth about Bowie State football. It was stupid stuff like we wear all black, we can never win when we wear all black. You said when we played y'all all black, we lost. So it was stupid stuff like that. We never won homecoming. That's the year we finally won homecoming.
Wow.
We never beat our rivals, Virginia State, under our coach Wilson, who's still there now. We finally beat them that year. So it was like all these little myths I heard when I first got to Bowie that were finally being dispelled. So it felt great. I just wish we could have had like everybody healthy, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a tough pill to swallow when you don't have everybody on your team ready to go. Yeah. That game was still tough. I was watching that joint on TV, man. You know, I forget the network. They be doing the HBCU games. It's one of them.
Bounce TV.
Yeah, it was on Bounce. It was on Bounce TV. I was watching that game. So all right, you know that year, conference championship, and then you come back. You come back for a 5th year, right?
Yep. Had my graduated that May and came back in the fall for my senior year on the field, and I started grad school.
So during as a grad student playing football, is it a little easier? Just you don't have like as many classes as you would as an undergrad, so you really just all in.
For the most part, because my junior year that semester I was taking like 6 classes. That was probably the most hectic semester I've had ever.
Bro, that's crazy.
It's crazy. Like just trying to have a social life that semester was ridiculous. Like any free time I had was either studying for a class or watching film.
6 classes? Did you purposely took 6 classes, or like you had to make up something, or you was just like, I gotta take these 6?
I purposely did it. It was either that or I wouldn't be able to graduate on time that next May.
Got you.
Because my advisor, I did my own research. I'm like, man, my advisor messed me up. So I was like, let me just squeeze in this 6th class. So it was a risk.
Advisors really be tripping, bro.
I graduated like a whole year later.
All right, so that year, like, okay, being a grad student and then college ball, like, what is it? Is there a difference? Would you say from the undergrad, or it's just it was what it was?
It was a difference because the situation I was in, I think I was only in 2 classes that year. No, I was in 2 classes in person, and I was doing an online class. So, and it was real light. It was so light. So I didn't really spend too much time on it. So I spent a lot of time watching film, a lot of time in the weight room. Like it was definitely, I felt more like a football player who just takes classes on the side. I didn't feel like a student athlete. I just felt like I play football and I happen to take a few classes here and there.
Okay,
that's really how I felt.
That's fine, man. How did that season? Y'all won the championship that year, right?
No, we lost.
Oh, bro, I thought y'all took that one. I know the next year. That's when y'all start going on the road. But I know it's still a successful season. Y'all won the because the CIAA is y'all got like two divisions, right?
Yeah, you got North and South. So yeah, we won the North back-to-back years. My last 2 years. Yeah.
That's still tough. I mean, being part of that, just the culture that turns it all around, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I gotta
and made the playoffs.
What's up?
I said, and finally made the playoffs,
bro. Another thing I never got to do. What is a playoff game? What is it like being in the playoffs, bro? I just got to know.
Shoot. Honestly, I never played in a playoff game now that I think about it, though. Because I broke my wrist. I don't know if you can see it. I broke my wrist, bro.
So you didn't play in the playoff game?
Nah.
Dang. So you broke your wrist in the championship game?
I broke it. I really broke it like halfway through the season. Halfway through the season, I broke it, and they were like, "Okay, you gotta stop now to get surgery." I'm like, "What? No, I can't do that. But the way our schedule was set up, it was like, okay, we got like 2 more games left against like teams that's like really in the hunt with us. So the most I could give you is a few more weeks, or else like your wrist is going to start like real life deteriorating, like the bone. Like we have to get in there. The type of break it is. So I'm like, dang. I was like, well, shoot, if I could play you next 2 games, I'm good. Next 2 weeks after that was against teams that had like 1 win, 2 wins. Like we gonna beat them. So I was like, all right, I can do that. So we did that, and we underestimated our opponent. So this is the same year I said everybody was hurt. I was one of the people that were hurt. I think we were like on our 4th string quarterback in the championship. Half the defense was hurt, but we still were looking good because we playing against a team that was like 500 in the championship. But they ended up upsetting us. Go to the playoffs. If we would have won the playoff game, I would have been able to come back the next week.
Dang.
So I'm thinking, okay, we're going to beat this team in the championship, hopefully get this first round bye, and then I get back in there. So that didn't work. But, yeah, I never played in a playoff game, bro.
That's tough, man.
Never played in a playoff game.
That's tough. Man, so...
And they went up there to Assumption, too. It was cold as hell.
Bruh. And I'm pretty sure you played against that dude. He played for the Saints now, number 11.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
He played... He was routing our man. I think we was on our 3rd string corners too.
He was nasty, bro. He was nasty.
Man, I think he played almost 200 on us.
Yeah, man.
No lie.
I think George Battles on that squad too. Shout out to George, man.
George was on that.
Shout out to George. Well, so now first of all, amazing career, man. I was blessed to be a teammate. I was blessed to be a witness. You know what I'm saying? How is the transition from the football player, the athlete, to just living your life, just being Kevaughn?
I think it was pretty smooth for me compared to a lot of my teammates. I think it was pretty smooth because I was still kind of in school too, so it was still kind of felt like some structure as far as like, all right, I'm still in school, something I've been doing my whole life too. I was doing that and working at some point, and that allowed me to just keep working, and got another job while I was still in school. Then I graduated the master's, and then I was able to transition into just like that workplace very easily. So it wasn't that bad for me, honestly. Definitely missed the game. Like the next year, I was like, dang, I'm not playing football no more. But as this just a transition into being Kevaughn, that it was cool though. It was a real cool transition compared to some of my teammates. I didn't even know, but a lot of them struggled after football was over. Like recently, they just told me like they good now, but that period was hard for them because you playing your whole life. You don't know what identity to pick up. You don't know what to do now.
Yep.
So
yeah, it's definitely tough. I definitely went through it myself, but it's good, man. It's good. Okay. I know that, but like, what have you picked up? Any sports you picked up or anything you've been doing now since football is done?
I got into golf, man. Love some golf.
We playing golf, man.
Playing golf, man. I got into it during the pandemic, as you know. My tea partner right here, y'all.
Man.
And
it's
been cool. Yeah, Henson Creek, man. That's where you can catch me when the weather's nice.
Come holla at us at Henson Creek, man. It's awesome, man. So, bro, appreciate you having you on, bro. We're gonna do some quick questions, quick hitter.
Right.
Who would you say you played like? What professional player would you say you played most like?
Ooh, I think I played most like. I know it's supposed to be quick, but dang, it's throwing me off. That's tough. I say, what's my man from the Saints right now? DeMario Davis.
Ooh, that's a fact. You look like him too.
Yeah. I was trying to think of current athletes. That's why, but yeah, I like his game, man. He remind me of me.
My bad. I forgot to ask you this. Who was your favorite player growing up?
My favorite player was probably, honestly, Randy Moss.
Oh, That's tough.
It was Randy Moss. I didn't embody him in no way, shape, or form, but it was Randy Moss.
What you mean, bro? I'll never forget. You jumped up and caught a pick, JV, like.
Oh, yeah.
You jumped up and let it.
Yeah, that was the most unathletic pick I probably ever. I didn't have to jump. Yeah.
Oh man,
I love my feet. I remember that.
That was hilarious, man. All right, favorite places to play. Oh, favorite place to play.
Gotta be Bowie State at home.
There you go. All right, turf or grass?
Grass.
Ooh,
I like grass.
Okay. You gotta play home or away?
Away. I would go on the road.
Okay. Nike or Adidas?
Nike.
Favorite football team?
Oakland Raiders. Oh, Las Vegas Raiders. Oh, shit.
All right. This is little what's the word, man? It's gonna shake some shoulders. I don't know. Forget the word. But out of all the quarterbacks you play with, who do you trust most in the 2-minute drill?
Ooh. I trust my man Nemo Washington. Played up Bowie. His first action, we had 2 quarterbacks go down. A minute left, we got to beat V-State, our rival, to keep going. He came in, got a game-winning touchdown. So got to be Nemo.
That's fine, man. Shout out Nemo. Hey, man, Kevaughn. Appreciate you, my brother.
Appreciate you for having me, man.
It's always a pleasure, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to see you on the golf course soon. Hopefully, we get a warm day. We hit you up, bro.
For sure.
Hey, to those listening, man, this is Technically Athletic. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.